some film for this old camera that I found that I showed you in a previous video. So I'm going to load it with a new roll. I've already finished one roll, or exposed one roll, as you call it. I didn't actually know how many exposures this would take, but it turns out it only took 8 photographs. But that's alright. So that one's done. And I'll load another roll into it now. If you can hear lots of windy noise, it's because it's absolutely stormy outside. So we have to take this empty spool out first and put it onto this side so that we can wind the new film onto here, and it'll go across there. It's a little bit fiddly, but I'll get there. So this is just plastic. I'll be winding it onto this one. I've got to undo this first. Should be the same way. Now that turns. Okay. So I've just gone into spring here in New Zealand, and it's finally beginning to warm up, which I'm very excited about. So you have to be quite careful when handling rolls of film because you don't want to get any light into them. So I'm going to be quite careful because I'm working with 2 very bright lights to do this video. So I've just got to make sure that the roll doesn't unravel and get any light on the film. I know you can't smell this, but it actually smells really nice. These old films, they kind of smell inky and sort of new ink. It's probably not ink at all, but it's probably just some chemical that the photos are made of. I don't know. I could be wrong. Just adjust this slightly. So we just take this bit of tape off that's holding it all together. And make sure it doesn't all unravel in your hand. Gotta keep it nice and tight. Now we put it onto this end. Somehow. Close this part off. Okay. So now we're ready to wind it onto the old spool. So on the edges of this square part there's these little rollers. So you've got to make sure that those are rolling freely. So once the film goes across, they travel across it without any sort of obstructions or anything. So we'll wind this because this little slot has to be upwards. So I'll just keep the pressure on this side as this part comes along. Something's come off on it. Anyway. And then we thread it into this part of the spool. This is only the second time I'm doing this, so I'm trying to be careful, I suppose. I hope I'm doing it right for anyone that might actually know what they're doing. And then I'll start winding it. So you get a fair amount of lead up paper. This part is just paper at the moment. So it's a while before the actual film starts, just so you can get enough onto the... Here we go. Now we're cooking. Actually, I might zoom in. You might be able to see in this one a little line, white line going across this way as I wind it. There you go, you can see it move across. So we keep winding until we see the number 1, which means it's the first exposure. And if you go past the number, there's no going back. Okay, there's an arrow coming up. It takes a while to get to it. Okay, now some circles to warn you that number's coming up and the circles are getting smaller. And there it is, number 1. So that tells you you're on the first exposure of the roll, and then we close that, so it's good to go. So I will send once I've finished. I don't know why that was on there. Once I've finished taking all the photographs, I bought 3 of these rolls, so I've got this one to go and then one more after that. So once I've finished taking all the photographs, I have to send them away to get developed and processed and then printed. And then I will show you what I got. I'm trying to find somewhere locally that has a dark room that I might be able to develop them myself. I'll get someone to show me how to develop in the dark room. Otherwise, like I said, I'll have to send them away somewhere. I rang up a couple of places that I found online that develop old film. One of them was really expensive. It was about $40 for one roll. So I've got 3 rolls, it's $120 right there, which seems a bit insane. So I found another place that's much further away, and they do it about $15 for a roll, so that's a better deal, obviously. So if I can't find a dark room locally to do it myself, then I'll send them away and then get them back, and hopefully they turn out alright. So that could be something to look forward to. It's just so different to the standard camera that you have today. You take a photo, you check it instantly to see if it was any good. But this is quite exciting. You take your photo, you wait until you get it back to find out if it was a